My landlord thought he could illegally evict me until I showed him who really knows the law. My landlord Rick showed up at 7 a.m. pounding on my door, holding a piece of paper with a smug grin. Pack your stuff, kid. You've got 24 hours to get out. I was half awake, still in my boxers. What are you talking about? My rent's paid through next month. He waved the paper in my face. Violation of lease terms. No pets allowed. And my security cameras caught you with a dog last week. That's when I realized he was talking about my girlfriend's service animal. Maya has PTSD from her military deployment, and her German Shepherd Bear is a trained medical alert dog. That's a service animal, I said. It's protected under federal law. Rick laughed like I told him a joke. Service animal, emotional support animal, I don't care what you call it. My building, my rule. You signed a no pets lease. I tried explaining the Americans with Disabilities Act, but he cut me off. Listen, college boy, I've been doing this for 15 years. I know tenant law better than you know your own name. You've got until tomorrow night, or I'll have the sheriff remove you myself. He started walking away, then turned back. Oh, and don't bother calling a lawyer. Do you know how much legal fees cost? More than your security deposit, that's for sure. That night, I called my dad, who's been a paralegal for 20 years. He listened to everything, then said something that made me smile for the first time all day. Son, your landlord just made a very expensive mistake. The next evening, Rick showed up with two guys who looked like they'd rather be anywhere else. Time's up, kid. These gentlemen are here to help you load your truck. Actually, I said, stepping aside to reveal the woman behind me, I'd like you to meet someone first. Maya stepped forward in her army dress uniform, Bear at her side wearing his official service vest with patches clearly visible. Ma'am, Rick said, suddenly less confident. This doesn't concern you. Actually, it does, Maya replied. I'm the disabled veteran you're illegally discriminating against. Rick's face went red. I don't care if you're a veteran. Rules are rules. That's when I pulled out my phone and hit record. Could you repeat that for the camera? The part about not caring that you're violating federal disability law? Turn that thing off, Rick snapped, reaching for my phone. I wouldn't do that, said a voice from the hallway. Everyone turned to see a woman in a business suit walking toward us, briefcase in hand. Mr. Rodriguez, I'm Sarah Chen from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. We spoke on the phone yesterday. Rick's face went white. HUD? What's HUD doing here? Investigating a federal Fair Housing Act violation, she said, pulling out a tablet. Specifically, illegal discrimination against a disabled veteran and her service animal. Rick started backpedaling immediately. This is all a misunderstanding. I never said anything about veterans. Ms. Chen looked at her notes. According to the complaint filed yesterday, you told the tenant, and I quote, I don't care what you call it. My building, my rules. I was taken out of context, Rick stammered. That's when I played the recording I'd made during our first conversation. Rick's voice filled the hallway. Service animal, emotional support animal. I don't care what you call it. Ms. Chen raised an eyebrow. Anything else you'd like to add to that statement? Rick looked at the two guys he'd brought for the eviction. We should go. Actually, Ms. Chen said, you should stay. We have some paperwork to discuss. She opened her briefcase and pulled out a thick folder. Discrimination against service animals carries a fine of up to $16,000 for the first offense. Attempted illegal eviction adds another $11,000. And since this affects housing, we're looking at additional federal penalties. Rick's legs actually wobbled. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Ignorance of federal law isn't a defense, Ms. Chen replied, especially for someone who claims to know tenant law better than anyone. 6 weeks later, I received a check for $8,000 in damages. The building was required to install service animal signage and undergo fair housing training. Maya and I are still in the apartment. Bear has his corner by the window where he watches for squirrels. Last month, Rick tried selling the building. The buyer found out about the HUD violation and walked away. Federal discrimination cases follow property records. Sometimes the best way to win isn't knowing more law than the other guy. It's knowing when to call someone who actually does.